Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series Marvel Knights Wave Mindless One Build-A-Figure Daredevil, or King Daredevil figure. King of the Fist, Daredevil, Matt Murdock. So, pretty cool. We have the Elektra Nachios Daredevil figure that matches this. So it's going to be pretty cool to kind of see these side by side and together. As you can see, this Daredevil figure does not have a Build-A-Figure piece. So he has, his accessories, the baton that you could place together. And then he has, is this a helper? I don't know what the bow staff with the blade. You guys tell me exactly what it's called. I'm not good with weapons. But he has those things. No Build-A-Figure. In normal instances, he would be a double packed figure, but no case assortments anymore. So a couple of things with Marvel Legends that are new. Plastic is back. Window boxes are back. Very, very exciting. Next thing is not all figures will be found at retail. So this wave was the first to be a online and Amazon and fan channel wave. So Walmart, Target, you will not find these figures at Walmart or Target. The same goes with the Void Build-A-Figure wave. That will not be at Target. This will Walmart. This will not be at Target and Walmart. So online's your best bet. Local comic shops and specialty shops like GameStop, you'll be able to find them there, likely. So pretty crazy. But anyway, assortment case, this would probably be a double packed figure. But this is going to be like the last one that has assortment cases. So you could go to like Entertainment Earth and you could buy the full case. So full case of 8. There's always a double pack. Sometimes there's 2, depending on how many figures in the wave. The Void Build-A-Figure wave, there are no assortment cases available to order from Entertainment Earth. So likely Walmart will stop getting assortment cases for future Marvel Legends. This wave and the Void wave aren't going to be at Walmart anyway. But just some crazy things going on with Marvel Legends. So if you're wanting to get this wave, online is going to be your best bet. But window packages are back. That's awesome. No more assortment cases. I've always really liked assortment cases, ordering them online to get all the figures at once instead of piecemeal it by Amazon, shipping some out here, some out there. It's just kind of all crazy how it is now. But it sounds like that's the way we are going with things. So it's interesting. Anyway, we get the Build-A-Figure Mindless One logo up there, even though we don't have a Build-A-Figure piece. We got the artwork for King Daredevil right there, looking pretty sweet. Here on the back of the package, I love that artwork there. The bio, because we got bios back. The bio reads, having gained superhuman senses after losing his sight, Matt Murdock protects Hell's Kitchen as attorney by day and the hero Daredevil by night. But I think with this costume, this storyline, he fully embraces Daredevil and probably not so much Matt Murdock. But anyway, let's get this figure out of the package and let's check out the cool things that come along with it, because I'm really excited for this one. This was my most anticipated from the wave. So let's get it out of the box and check them out. Okay, here's the Daredevil figure out of the package. I both love this figure and hate this figure. Yeah, damn it. Man, the top half of the figure, really good. The bottom half of the figure, not so good. It's kind of, it's frustrating. I do like the figure. I do. I think it looks great. Up until a certain point, because then it looks like, what the hell? The legs, the knees, they've got such an ugly bend to them. The joints are so ugly, so bad looking. But damn it, if the figure doesn't look good. And I think it does. You just got to ignore the ugly ass cuts in the knees. At least with the Elektra figure, and I guess maybe the suit design kind of lends more into it looking better. The legs aren't baggy at the knee. For Daredevils, for Matt Murdock's, they are. And now, because of that, it's kind of like, yeah, yikes, right? It's just, man. And then a couple of other things. So, like here, we have the scarf, like collar look for Elektra that covers half her face. This Daredevil, that's part of his suit too, in some artwork. And then he also has a hood too that he can wear. So unfortunately, we don't get those head sculpts to kind of go along with it. I think that would have been great to include those as well. But as it stands right now, the figure like this is good. More is better. And then better knees would have been better too. But anyway, let's get in for a closer look, because again, the figure does look really good if you just keep him standing up straight and don't bend the knees. But, of course you're going to have to do it. But let's get in for a closer look to check out this King Daredevil figure. Okay, so here's an up-close look at the Daredevil head sculpt. So one thing, we get digital prints now when it comes to faces and things like that. This figure, we don't really get that because there's nothing really to print. I think maybe his lips ended up getting the print. But that's it. Like the paint of it just reminds me of like the old school way of how they kind of painted facial hair and things like that. It looks like there's a little bit of shading in the beard, but it looks a little flat to me. But I mean, there's no like face showing, I guess. So you know what could they have done? But it looks pretty good. This scarf piece there is sculpted and glued on there. As you can see, it's like keyed into the torso, into the mold. So that's not going anywhere. So, you know, to swap it out, put a hood on it and stuff like that just isn't really going to happen. As you can see, his hair is a little bit longer, so I like the way that looks. The mask portion of the Daredevil head sculpt looks really good. These horns have a little bit of rubberness to them, so they're not going to break off or anything like that. They're not too sharp, but, you know, if you squeeze it really hard, it's not going to feel good. But yeah, there we go. Looks like I got a little paint spot right there. Not a big deal, but the DD looks pretty clean. These lines here are sculpted on the torso and everything there. You get these shoulder pads there. Those look pretty good. His hands, his forearms are kind of wrapped. I think his arms are a little thin in my book, but overall they look pretty good. One thing that does suck here is because it goes so far into the forearm, the elbow joint cut in there doesn't get any paint. I mean, it would have been nice. What if they just stopped the wrap right there? Maybe it wouldn't have been super comic accurate, but I think it would have looked better overall because we don't see like those black, you know, cutouts in there. Maybe that's just my opinion, but I think it would have looked better. But that red is painted. It almost looks like a very shiny red because you could tell they're painting over black plastic, which, you know, doesn't always come out great and kind of bleeds through. And then even here on this kind of mold line, which is kind of like very noticeable. Like here, it's pretty flush and smooth. You can kind of see it, but it's not too bad. But here, it just really sticks out. So like in the mold cut, it was just, you know, not a good cut. I don't know if that's going to be present on all of them or if it's just going to be on mine. Like both sides even, it's very noticeable. But on this one, it was very clean. Like I don't know what happened on this one. So if you guys have it, let me know down in the comments below if yours ended up that way also. The black isn't quite a full-on black of his pants. It has more of a brownish color to them, whereas Elektra is her pants are black, you know, but here again we get a dark brown with matte. The reds are different, as you could see here. Not that it looks pink, but it has a pinkish tone, I would say. To Matt Murdock, Elektra is a deep red, which I think looks better. So if this Daredevil had this red, I think that would have been awesome. Not that this looks terrible, but when you look, you know, side by side and they don't exactly match the reds, it's like, oh damn, so close. So there's that. We get the holster here on his right hip. As you can see, the belt on there. And then this baton is the same baton that we've seen over and over and over and over again. It's just done in red plastic. It's not it is rubbery, but it's not like super rubbery like some. I mean, they hold their shape well, but you can bend them. But we've had some that were just straight up rubber and were pretty bad. But you can connect it, disconnect it like so. He has this halberd spear thing, bow staff with blades, whatever it's called. It's just got a red handle, nice silver for the blades on either end there. It does not come apart, even though there's like a sculpt line in there, but that looks pretty good there. The Daredevil. So I talked about this earlier, and I want to show you guys the up close because the legs, the knees. Because again, Elektra, her pants get tight at the knees, so when you bend it, it looks normal. But here with Matt, the bend at the knee is very ugly. So look at that. Man, oh god, it's just terrible looking. And then full bend like that, it's just really, 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 really bad. Look at the back of the, oh man, it's just crazy looking. I just wish, like design wise, like if they would have done the boot higher and done the knee there, I think that would have been better. And then get this, there's no boot swivel on this guy. I just now realized that. No boot swivel. So, you know, that kind of sucks too. And then there's no hinge up like whatsoever on these feet, at least on the right leg. I guess the left kind of had a little bit of hinge up. But yeah, it's just, it's not great. And then it's all kind of one color, just really bleeds together. There's a little bit of shine in the pants as opposed to the wrapped portion of his leg, but it's all the same color. So The top half of this figure is really, really good. The bottom half, not so good. And now I can't hinge that foot. There we go. So yeah, you guys let me know so far what you think of this Daredevil. But let's go ahead and back out a little bit and let's take a look at his articulation. Okay, so Daredevil's articulation, his head is on a dumbbell joint, so unfortunately, looking up is going to be a bit of a problem because the hair is going to get in the way along with this color, so he can't look up. His beard gets in the way with that color, so he really can't look down either. He's also blind, so is he actually going to look anywhere? Technically, no, but I mean, right, like, you would think that he would still point his head in the direction of which he's trying to do whatever. He can do some good head pivot in there because of the dumbbell joint in the head. The shoulder you can get to go straight on out like so. Full rotation in there. Upper bicep swivel. He is pinless at the arms. I think, again, the arm's a little thin in my book, but you get solid double joint there. Wrist swivel and the hinge. You got the standard horizontal hinge on these grip hands. No other hands that it comes with. So horizontal hands. There we have the ab crunch on Daredevil, so he can crunch forward that much. He can go back quite a bit there. You got the waist swivel in there. You have to move the belt around to kind of work it. The legs go out that far apart, which is pretty good. He can kick forward that far. That's really good. Leg back ever so slightly. Upper thigh cut in there. Double jointed ugly ass knee. It is pinless though, so you know there's that. No calf swivel, unfortunately. Foot hinges down that much. They're really stiff. Hinge up a little bit. Ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So, yeah, not the greatest articulation. I still really like the way the figure looks with straight knees, not bent. But he is, in my book, a little disappointing for sure. But I would be lying if I said these two together doesn't look good. They look great together. They really do. Matching reds would have been better, but they do look really good together. And then when we get to it here in the next couple of videos, throwing in the Fist Ninja will look awesome there because they all have the same color scheme. It's all kind of from the same story. It'll be really cool. I highly doubt this, and I'm sure Disney won't allow it at this point anymore, but what if they had the Punisher, you know, he was the leader of the Hand at the time, what if we got that version of the Punisher released in figure form? That would be pretty cool. Fingers crossed maybe that happens one day. Say they do it as a Pulse exclusive, it doesn't show up in stores, not that these ones are showing up in stores, but that'd be pretty cool. What do you guys think? Is that something that you'd like to see? Okay, so for side-by-side comparison, here we have the 3-pack Daredevil, Bullseye, Elektra that was exclusive to Hasbro Pulse. So this is the Daredevil on the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man body mold. The best Daredevil, I would say, even still after this point, because, yeah, this new one just leaves a lot to be desired. A good Daredevil figure, and I am happy with it. But again, kind of like some of the others in this wave, could have been better. But, you know, definitely really good. As you can see, they're about the same height. I am curious about this, and I grit my teeth through some head swaps because I know you guys like to see them. But this is one that I actually just want to do for myself. So if we pop this head off, and then pop this head off. Ooh, that was on there really tight. Will this work? And that does work. And the reds are pretty damn close. I would say that the red is actually a good enough match that can actually work if that's something that you wanted to do, or if you wanted to do this, and that does not pop on there as nicely. Yeah, it doesn't go on there, but that would actually look pretty cool too if you like heated it up, popped it on there. That is something that can work. So for those that just kind of like switching things up and changing some things out, you can make it work. Okay, so here is the Marvel Knights wave so far that I have reviewed. Luke Cage, Power Man, Blade, Clea, and now the King Daredevil figure. You guys let me know down in the comments below. What do you think of this Marvel Knights wave so far? I actually kind of dig the wave. You know, Luke Cage is a little disappointing. Clea, double jointed elbows would have been awesome, but I really, really, really like that figure. Daredevil, I really like Daredevil. I just really, really hate the knees. Like a lot, I hate the knees. And no calf swivel. If they just would have redone the knee down, like I would have loved it even more. And then Blade is actually pretty cool, even though his arms don't come down. So while these all seem to have their little issues here and there, I still really like the figures, but I can see, you know, there's definitely some problems there that's like, why can't we're so close, that little bit more, and would have been awesome. But again, I'm happy with the Daredevil figure. You guys let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts on the Daredevil figure are. Did you pick it up? I'll have links in the video description below. Again, you're not going to find these figures at normal big box retail. GameStops, specialty stores, local comic shops, yes, probably, chances are. But online is going to be your best bet, so don't wait to try and find in-store unless you're shopping at GameStop and hunting there. Again, no Targets, no Walmart. So link in the video description below, a couple pre-order links or order links. He might be available on Amazon. I'm not sure right now at this point, but I'll have a link in the video description below. But you guys let me know your thoughts down below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you're interested in supporting the channel, hit that join button to become a channel member and be a part of the MCU Collective. And as always, thank you for watching.